Yeah, she thinks it's too good for its own self. Anyway. Okay. Anyway, before people that go there laugh. Okay, I keep saying I'm going to start this. I'm going to do this now. This is the thing that's about to happen. Alright. Let's go on this adventure together. Alright. Oh no, Talbot, what are you doing? Okay. It's called Ghost Hunting in the Cornerstone of East Tennessee. There comes a point in every person's life where he or she must decide if they should become an adult. Fortunately, I've not had the terrible experience of coming to that point yet. I'm probably in my mid-20s, and I still eat sugared cereal and watch cartoons. Granted, the cartoons are Archer, and the cereal's right next to my protein and brain Special K. But the simple act of purchasing a brightly colored box with a lovable mascot, most of the time it's Lucky the Leprechaun from Lucky Charms, it still brings me joy. It is exhilarating to go into the local food city and purchase a box of any given cereal with styrofoam textured marshmallows without some high level of judgment. However, my favorite of these cereals is only available one time a year. The magical season where Starbucks has pumpkin spice lattes, sweaters become necessary, and copious amounts of candy corn are available for my enjoyment while I finish an entire 6-pack of Blue Moon pumpkin ale by myself. All is perfect, and the perfect cereal in the history of breakfast foods is only available in that glorious season. Booberry, the cereal with a blue stone-looking ghost and a bowler hat as its mascot, is the epitome of the sugary kids cereals. Not only is the taste amazing, but the marshmallows are not nearly as styrofoamy as other cereals. Also, the milk turns blue, which is just awesome. A lot cooler than Count Chocula. Every chocolate cereal turns milk chocolatey. Count Chocula is not nearly as important as the smug little buck-toothed bastard thinks he is. The only problem with these cereals, the trifecta being Booberry, Frankenberry, Count Chocula, is that they are Halloween cereals and they aren't widely distributed at all of the grocery stores until October. The fact that I can only obtain the mouthgasm-inducing cereal known as Booberry during late September and the entirety of October greatly disappoints me. Switching it out for my usual Special K protein and bran is like going to Disney World one week and Dollywood the next. It's essentially the same thing, but it will never be as good. The first time I saw the Monster cereals last year was at Walgreens, approximately 30 minutes from my house, because I have that time. However, I was running late for my shift at the Cracker Barrel. I decided to come back after work, but quickly realized the Walgreens in question was only open until 9, and I probably wouldn't get off work until 10 because nobody knows what we're closed means. I could, however, manage to get it at one of the 6 stores that may have it in Carter County. That's going to continue. I just can't think the next thing. So I'm going to be difficult. Shit. I knew that 3 months of karate would come in handy. I could, however, manage to get it at one of the 6 stores that might have it in Carter County. Carter County, located roughly 2 hours east of Knoxville, 1 hour north of Asheville, and 5 minutes from the middle of nowhere, is one of those dark abysses where people are born into and never leave. I have unfortunately lived in Carter County for 23 years, since 1991, and it is dreadful. It is to be expected, then, that dreams do not come true in Carter County. The few who do flee from this place are usually sucked back in within 20 years and never leave again. Children are taught that Elizabethton is a type of historic utopia where the area west of the Appalachians had its origins, and ancient Tennesseans forged great friendships with the native peoples at gunpoint. Obviously, I want to get out of Elizabethton, and the Booberry debacle of 2013 cemented it. The main reason for my irritation is not one single store in the entire town happens to carry the Monster cereals until October, as I found out, except for Walgreens. However, the Walgreens in the greater Elizabeth and Carter County metropolitan area is consistently out of anything I would ever happen to need or want. It is guaranteed that I can purchase an Elizabeth and Cyclone's hoodie at any point in the year. But if I actually need something, there is a good chance I will never find it. And such was the case with Booberry cereal on this fateful night in mid-September. In order to thoroughly explain the mild obsession with the cereal that has the mascot of a blue, stone-looking ghost in a bowler hat, I have to point out the simple fact I had never consumed Booberry cereal until the fall of 2010, my sophomore year of college. My mother purchased this cereal for me while I lived on campus, simply because it was November and all the stores had it on clearance. So hence the 3-hour tour to the grocery stores of Carter County. My journey began at the Walmart. Walmart in Elizabethton is like Walmart anywhere else, with the exception that since it is such a small town and that it is the only store of its type, the Walmart there is a cesspool of people I went to high school with. In order to get what I need and get out with little to no social contact, I typically call someone or use my iPod. However, this night, I was preoccupied and forgot to use these distractions. Within 2 minutes, an unwanted acquaintance from my adolescence made contact. Desperate to escape, I made up a story about a sick relative. As I carefully navigated my way to the cereal aisle, I became an urban ninja, taking great lengths to avoid my fellow shoppers. Finally, as I reached my destination, I breathed a heavy sigh of relief. However, terror quickly spread across my face. Amongst the Cocoa Puffs and Lucky Charms, there was no sign of my beloved Booberry. As I cursed the retail giant, I quickly navigated my way toward my car. The time was 11:30 p.m. I had 30 minutes until the nearest food city, conveniently located on the complete opposite side of town, closed. I did not want to be the asshat that goes into a store only 30 minutes prior to closing, but this was a life or death situation. I arrived at Food City only 15 minutes until closing time. Desperate to have a bowl of Booberry in my grubby hobbit hands by 12:30 a.m., I briskly walked into the store with an apologetic look on my face. Again, I went to the cereal aisle, and again, I was disappointed. Since it had been doing every day since the day I was born, Elizabethton had found a new way to screw me over. At this point, it was midnight. I had been on the hunt for this cereal for an hour and a half. There was a conflict raging inside of me. Part of me felt like I needed to pack it up and head home, but the more stubborn part of me felt like I'd been at it for so long. Why give up now? I needed to bring something home to show for my troubles. I drove to the Ingalls, closed, back to Walmart to check the Halloween section to no avail. It seemed my quest was going to be pointless. One more beacon of hope shone brightly at 1 in the morning. Walgreens open 24 hours. I raced through the empty streets of the town where I had spent my childhood toward the heart of Main Street. With the squealing of tires, I entered the parking lot, startling the 2 high school girls in pajama bottoms and messy buns. This quest of epic proportions was about to be completed. I walked into the store, a look of pure determination on my face and fire in my eyes. This would surely be it. Toward the tacky Halloween decorations I raced. I spied that bucktooth count at the end of the aisle and hoped his bowler hat wearing friend would be nearby. Instead, I stared at the shelf in astounded silence. In front of me sat several boxes of Count Chocula, but no Booberry. I said no, loudly and dramatically enough to compete with Luke Skywalker in Star Wars Episode 5. And nearly cried. The injustice I felt could not be properly expressed in words. Honey, are you all right? I looked toward the voice dripping with southern sweetness and old lady charm. Yes, ma'am, I just get dramatic when I'm tired. I see. Well, are you looking for something in particular? Booberry cereal, ma'am. The granny-esque lady then informed me that they had received trucks on Thursday nights, the next being 5 days in the future. I nodded and expressed my gratitude. As I walked toward the exit, something caught my attention, an orange box with a brightly colored mummy on the front. I read the description, smiled, and took the cardboard vessel to the counter. At 2 a.m., I walked out into the chilly night air with a box of yummy mummy, an adequate enough replacement, and a goofy half-asleep grin on my face. 3 hours after my quest had begun, it was over. Completely unsuccessful, but over. However, I was not disappointed. What else can you expect to happen while ghost hunting in Carter County?